Thank you so much for staying with us, everyone. The federal government has lost cases and has won many as well. But is corruption fighting back? Amid new recoveries and forfeiture of properties worth billions of naira, is the administration bringing corruption to its needs? Let's turn to our guest in Abuja for insight. A member of the Presidential Committee Against Corruption, Professor Femi Odekunle, joins us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for coming on the program, Prof. Let me start by asking you, we look at all of these issues on the table right now. The president is back. The issue of national unity is being tackled. The issue of security is being taken on by the president. And today, the issue of corruption is one thing that the president has taken on. And also report of the SGF, the committee set up to investigate the SGF. From your own point of view, Prof, would you say that the anti-corruption war is getting a slow or a rapid development?
I would say that the anti-corruption war is making progress, despite the shenanigans of certain opponents of our vested interests, and despite the occasional embarrassment occasioned by the judiciary, sometimes by non-diligent prosecution. Otherwise, I will tell you, from my experience from 1980 to now, in relation to corruption, from my knowledge in that area, I will tell you that progress has been made. It may appear slow, it may appear to suffer setbacks occasionally, but it's on course. And if you see the results that has been achieved, if you are objective, you will know that progress has been made. For example, with the TSA, the blockage of loopholes in government expenditure, a lot of money has been saved. With the recoveries, which we never knew before, humongous amounts of money in Nigeria and overseas, the recoveries are an eye-opener. Thirdly, you find that a lot of Nigerians are now much more aware of the depth of corruption than before. Without the efforts of government, how could we have known that people are putting billions and millions of dollars in their backyard, in private offices, under the bridge or wherever? Without that effort, how will we know? Then, of course, there are a lot of people that are being convicted. It is just that the high-profile cases have created problems, and which you could understand by the nature of our inherited colonially messed up criminal justice system. Otherwise, the position of a good number of lawyers, the position of a few judges can only be explained in terms of the vested interests of professionals against the vested interests of today, of our future, of our children. Otherwise, I think we are making progress.
Prof, let's hear from another person who seems will probably not agree with your standpoint on the progress of the anti-corruption war. Let's bring in a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Mike Ozekome, who will be talking to us from Atlanta in the United States. Many thanks for coming on the program, Mr. Ozekome. As it stands right now, how would you assess the anti-corruption war now that the president is back? Do you think that it will, like Professor Odekunle is saying, that it is progressing? Do you agree? All right, I have a feeling that we've lost the line with Chief Mike Ozekome. Let me go back to our Abuja studio. Professor Odekunle, yesterday, the Vice President submitted a report investigating the suspended Secretary to the Governor of the Federation, Babachi Lawa, and the NIA DG, Mr. Femi Oke. What report, when the details of that report comes out, how far-reaching do you think the decision of the president will be, especially for those critics of the government of the day who think that the government is not fighting corruption within its own house?
If you could recall on your program, I'm one of the first people who said that ordinarily Babashi should step aside, having been adequately accused by the information that was made available. Now, regardless of the processes that was put in place on the matter, the processes have been completed, and the able, competent, and conscientious puritanical vice president, the committee he headed, he submitted the report. He thought, and I agree, that he could not be a judge in his own case. He could not sit on a committee of investigation and then pronounce. Now that the president is back, he has submitted the report, and I do not know the content of the report, but I believe that all things being equal, if the report adequately and rightly indicts those two people, I believe that the president will follow suit and do the needful. And if he does that, that will put a pin in the balloon of those who are insisting that the government is protecting his own.
All right, Prof, quickly, just for a moment, just pause a bit. Let's bring in Chief Ozekome into the conversation. Thank you so much, Chief Ozekome. I understand that we have reconnected with you. Chief Ozekome, a senior advocate of Nigeria, talking to us now from Atlanta in the United States. The president is back in the country. How would you assess the anti-corruption war? The president today signed a pact on extradition on the issues of corruption. How would you say that the corruption war has gone so far?
On the issues of corruption? You mean on the issue of what? Of anti-corruption fight?
Absolutely, Chief Ozekome. Go ahead, please. How would you assess it, the anti-corruption war?
Well, I do not believe that the anti-corruption war has been transparently fought at all. I'm one of those who believe that at best, what we have seen in nearly 2.5 years is mere recovery of loot.
Okay, if you said mere recovery of loot, we have them in billions of naira. Some of them, we do not really know where those loots are. But would you say that there is a lot of progress, and would you say Nigeria has gotten a fresh air as regarding anti-corruption war? I'm afraid it looks like we've lost Chief Ozekome yet again. Let me go back for the final thought of Professor Odekunle. Billions and billions of Nigerian naira being trapped outside of the country. Switzerland, the United States, United Kingdom, the UAE. And a lot of questions will be, where are these monies? Why can't we get these monies? There are a lot of talks about this money. What is the status of all of this money?
From my understanding, but before I answer that question, I want to point out these people who are being critical that there is no transparency or that the government is not succeeding. I would say that there is transparency. It is possible that some people are perpetrating corruption now, but if they are not gotten today, they'll be gotten tomorrow. Just like those who did yesterday, members of the previous administration. They did not get them yesterday, if anybody even wanted to get them, but now they are getting them. So I don't think that is a valid point. Secondly, I want people to realize that when the government came in, the corruption was so deep, and I've argued on other fora that it was like a swamp, as deep as the Atlantic Ocean, and that if you want to build a mansion in such a swamp, despite your effort in 2, 3 to 4, 5 years, people may not even know you have put a structure in this one.
We're out of time, Professor Femi Odekunle. I'm afraid that's how far we can go right here on the program tonight. Professor, thank you so much for coming on the program. And that's our show for tonight. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Wakimbaloye. Bye for now.